So today I want to talk about my solar powered kitchen garden. Before we get into a great deal of detail, I want to just put this into context. So this is the north side of my house, the back of the house, and we have a 6-meter roof projection and 20 meters of raised area at the back of the house, and the kitchen is located here. So in a way the kitchen will sometimes spill out into this area. But living in the tropics as we do, we want to try and get as much shade as possible. So there's the garden there at the back, and that garden then stretches out quite some way. So anyway, we have this area. It's the coolest part of the house, and we did plan to have a kitchen garden here, so you have close access for herbs and spices, and also when we're just getting things started from seed, we want to be able to see to them, to see how they're getting on a regular basis, and we want them close at hand. So originally we started off with planters, but we have 6 mischievous dogs. There's one that like to dig, and you can see that they've been digging holes and things, and they just turn the planters over. So what we've done is we've raised the planting area up. We've made these tables, and here's probably a nice example of it here. So it's just 1.5 inch of steel tube. Here in Thailand we like to mix metric and imperial, so the steel comes in 6-meter lengths, and the size of the tubings is imperial, so this is 1.5 inch. So that's all been welded up, and so now we have several of these tables positioned here, and you can see that we have our rainwater harvesting tanks. Got 22 of these tanks, which are 1,500 litres each. You can see we've got lots of pipes to take the rainwater, because in the tropics it when it rains it really does pour. And you can see we've got first flush systems so that the water has to go down. You've got valves, etc. Anyway, I don't want to talk about rainwater harvesting today, but this is the location of our solar powered kitchen garden. And over there you can see we've got a solar well pump. It's one of 2 we have in the garden. We have another one as a backup for household water when the rainwater harvesting system runs out. But anyway, let's just have a look how this is set up. Okay, so this one you can see is pumpkin. These are not grown from seed. This is one of our pumpkins, and I took the seeds out when we finished eating the pumpkin, and washed them and gave them a soak, and planted them in the trays. I'm not sure you can see on the camera, but we have a misting system which we use to keep the soil damp. And there's some cardboard in the trays, and then a potting mix, and any excess water will just drip through the bottom. So a couple of trays of pumpkins. They'll be moved shortly to our pumpkin patch down the garden. We've got quite a few pumpkins a bit further on, so that these will be joining them. Some spring onions. Some things are working quite well. Some things actually grow better out in the pots. I'll do a video a bit later about the pots. So we've got edible rape, morning glory. The basil looks a bit sad. This one's in Thai. So that's Pak Chi Lao, which is the herb dill, which hasn't responded particularly well. We've got some lettuces, some red oak, and then we've got some sprouts. These are sunflower sprouts. I'll have to chop these ones, and roselle sprouts. Watermelons haven't done very well. They actually seem to be growing better just directly planted out in the soil. And we've got 3 lettuces here. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple more videos later on to show you the other areas that we've got growing. But I wanted to make a video about this kitchen garden setup, which is working quite well because we have easy access to it. We've got the solar well pump there, which is running water around the garden, and we've got a misting that's going on. If it's not too hot, we don't get much sun, we don't get much water. It's a sort of self-regulating system, really. So anyway, it's been quite successful, and it's quite easily accessible as well.